Nope.
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 We're out.
We're done. Thanks for the show, guys.
Oh,
dude.
how's it going, man? Happy Tuesday.
It is a very happy Tuesday, dude. We're back. I was just, in furthering what I do, I always like to take courses and, get smarter about the things that I do. And I was just, I just went over this component on different types of addictions. And one of them was actually to performance. And the first thing I thought of was this. I was like,
Really?
do I have a healthy relationship with my live shows? Like, am I getting addicted to this? It was funny. My brain did that to me. I was like, no, dude, you're good.
No, you're good.
You're good. It's all right.
You're good.
So what's up, everybody? We're here for a late show. This is our second Tuesday.
It is.
What's up? So far, so good. I think we're going to keep doing it, if that's okay with you guys.
Man, I hope it's okay with everybody because it's already on the books.
Yeah. Deal with it.
How's everybody doing tonight? Let us know in the comments where you're from, what's going on, how your weekend was.
Yeah.
Talk to us. How was your weekend?
Me?
Yeah, you.
My weekend, dude. My weekend was jamming, dude. This has absolutely nothing to do with anything, but I'm so excited about it, I can't even begin to explain. I'm gonna do my best. I do this thing called feather dogging. Okay, that's what my wife and I have called it, because I will think about a thing I want, and then I end up with the opportunity to end up with the thing. I'm not like all woo-woo manifest thing, but it's pretty weird how much it happens. So I was like, a couple weeks ago, because I've been eating a lot of chicken, and I was like, I'm getting so tired of baked chicken, so tired of it, and I want a pellet grill. They're like $500. I'm like, man, I don't want to spend $500. A neighbor, like 5 houses down the street, was throwing one away on trash day. I like drive by, I'm like, no way. And what had happened is the hopper caught fire, so they just like thought it was done. It wasn't. So like 2 hours of elbow grease, $40 to replace like some grill grates. Yeah, I got like a $500 grill, man.
Nice.
So I'm super excited. I mean, that's like peak dad stoked right here. I'm like, I got a new grill for free, dude.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was a good weekend, man. The smoke's good. It was the chicken I had because of it has been better than bacon with chicken.
Yeah.
So life's pretty good.
Nice.
So yeah, how's everything going for you?
It was a really good weekend, man. Went down, saw a concert with Melissa and her daughter, hung out downtown, and then Saturday we went back downtown, got an award for my brother won too.
I saw something about that. What did you do?
My brother was nominated and won Best Financial Advisor in Casper and Best Financial Firm in Casper. He won both.
Dang.
I got third place for Best Business or Organization in Casper.
Dude, and you've only been doing this for like a year, right?
I've been doing it for 2.5 years, but only a year in Casper. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So that's damn impressive, man. First year in business, third place. That's what's up, dude.
Heck yeah.
I mean, you got places like, what is it, like Decker Auto Glass you got to compete with, and like
there were a ton.
All these other ones, dude. That's awesome. I love that. I saw. I'm pretty sure I liked your post on that.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
You're welcome, man. That's cool.
So it was a good weekend. It was really good.
That's cool. I want to do this real quick. Jen, we really enjoy that you enjoy these lives. This is like true believer fan right here, man. Love it. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, my weekend, other than the grill, wasn't a whole lot of. We were still coming back from the vid and hand, foot, and mouth and everything. Everyone's back to school. Everyone's back to life.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it is good. Routines, man. Just shattered them.
Yep.
It's just the way it goes. And it was the first week of school, so it was just like a thing.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, what do you do? So yeah, man. Um,
Keep pushing on.
push on. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
I had somebody the other day. I don't remember what my post was exactly, but somebody said something about like they were concerned about. I've been sober for a couple months, and they were just waiting for like something to happen.
Yeah.
Me being the guy I am, I'm like, I promise you something will. Like, just it's just a matter of time. So like, just prepare for it because that's just what
Yeah.
happens to people. Like, it's
Yeah.
the human experience, and part of staying sober, part of being in a healthy relationship is being able to get through those things,
Yeah.
and keep it together as best you can. You know,
Yeah. It's keeping it together is the key word there.
bro. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, this last week I had some very patience trying moments, and like none of my kids are black and blue bloodied or anything like that. So, I mean, they never would be, but
Everyone survived.
we did. We survived together as a family,
Nice.
and that's it. But there was some perseverance that was required to get through some of it.
Yes.
So, yeah, man.
Well, welcome everybody to Dillon and the Doc.
That's right. That's what we are.
That's what we are.
Usually I rein it in, and you did it. Good job.
Had to bring it in. So, welcome everybody, Dillon and the Doc. This is the show where we fuse sobriety and relationships and talk about the intersections there. Talk about sobriety. We talk about relationships, whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
We do take all the comments in the comment section, so let us know what's going on.
And we take them seriously.
Otherwise, we already have our list of stuff ready to go that we're going to be talking about.
We're going to serenade you with our ideas.
Yes.
Just not in song.
No.
If you can't tell, my voice is still a little gravelly from the last week, so I don't know that you'd like it anyways. So yeah, I guess I'll rein it in now. I'm Dillon. I'm Dillon Reed. I'm a professional recovery coach, and I help you stay sober. Because getting sober is the easy part. It's the staying sober part that's hard. So we're going to use a goal-driven, joy-focused recovery program so that you can heal your brain, because your brain's all screwed up, and we're going to undo the screwed upness. So that's what I do. So who are you?
I'm
What do you
Dr.
do?
Ryan. I'm Dr. Ryan. I am an expert in the field of relationship development. I'm a professional coach, and I do what other coaches can't do, and I get your relationship back on track as quickly as possible and give you the tools so that you can move forward on your own. And hopefully you won't need those. You'll need the tools, but you won't need me anymore after you're done with the program.
Dude, I didn't even think about it, but it's like you got this like sick burn call out every time.
I do.
Like, I do what other coaches can't. Like, hell yeah, buddy. That's what's up. That's what's up.
They don't have the background and they don't have the experience.
I thought you were going to say backbone. And I was like, I agree. But background, I would also agree.
They don't have the background.
Yeah.
In the coaching sphere.
Yeah. There you go. You're like, there's other relationship experts, but they're not coaching.
Yeah.
They're writing academic papers.
Yeah.
So here you are.
I took a different trajectory there.
Yeah. Man for the people. What do they call that? I'm not going to be able to remember the name. It's like, it's in Buddhism and you're enlightened and you come back and decide not to attain nirvana and disappear, go to the next plane of enlightenment. You stay here guiding people to enlightenment. You're doing that for relationships, man.
I am.
It's really nice of you. It's hella cool, dude.
I went from being a really active researcher to being a very active coach. Hey. Bringing all that knowledge back with me.
I was researching too. It was just a lot different research for my area of expertise, you know?
A little bit. Research is different when you get up to the area where you're developing knowledge, where you're creating knowledge as a
I was in the trenches. I was drinking in the gutter. I was learning all about what I did, you know? So
Yeah,
it's totally different, man.
way different.
Self-study is what I was going with. Um,
You're down
yeah,
that autoethnographic route.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. That's what I'm gonna tell it. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. So yeah. Ryan already mentioned it. You know, we talk relationship, we talk recovery. So let's talk relationships and recovery. Enough about grills and you getting awards and stuff. You know,
Enough.
enough, man. We're done with the administrative details. So, um, I, what do you think?
On that kind of on that same note, like, and we've talked about it here before, because that was my experience, that
Mhm.
change from being an academic, a researcher, a teacher at a university to being a relationship coach. There's a lot of fear in those transitions in
Yeah,
life. And in the relationship, on the relationship side, you have to have a really supportive partner when you make these big life changes, because it it takes a lot out of you. It's super stressful. Um, you're really going down uncharted territory in this realm. You're going from having a constant paycheck, knowing what's going on, very structured, to being an entrepreneur in my
yeah,
case. Um, you have to have a very, very supportive partner who is going to stand by you through thick and thin, through the ups and downs, because there are going to be ups and downs. And I'm sure on the sobriety side, right, it's very similar.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and it doesn't have to be a partner, but you have to have a way to deal with that fear of change, because if you shy away from it, it's only going to hold you back. You're never going to take the next step. You're never going to confront any of that fear. You're never going to seek out that discomfort that we've talked about before, all because something in your mind is telling you, this is new, this is scary, I don't know if I want to do it.
Every time, man.
Yeah.
Every time. Um, yeah, I think, I mean, that's a whole damn episode, to be
Yeah.
completely honest with you, right? Um, there's so many on the sobriety front. That's like huge because we have a tendency to self-sabotage, right?
Yeah.
We we like to be comfortable, and I want to make it very clear to everybody in the audience. Comfortable doesn't mean sitting on your couch eating potato chips watching Netflix.
No.
Comfortable means known. It
Yeah.
means familiar. It means
Predictable.
yeah, potentially a personal hell. That
Yeah.
can be comfortable. And the changes that occur in your brain during addiction, any addiction, right? It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be a substance, any addiction. We live in that state of fear. Like that's where we're at. That's our home base, man.
Yeah.
Like that's it. So it's like not only are you afraid of change, you're afraid of not being afraid. Like it's like this really
Yeah.
not cool place to be, right? Um, yeah, I mean, what's your take on that? And not necessarily on what I said, but like on the relationship front, you know, like what was
It,
how's that work?
it's really big on the predictability side. Um, because like on a relationship side, you have these turning points.
Hmm.
And those turning points, so when I talk about a turning point, it's the first time you have sex, it's the first kiss, it's the first time you buy a house, it's any time you change careers. It's any time that you face a situation that you can't predict the outcome of it, because it's a brand new situation. You haven't
Okay.
experienced it yet. So it becomes really important to then talk about it, because you have to move forward in a healthy way. So, a way in which both people are on the same page, goals are continually aligned,
Yeah.
Things are being talked about. I mean, think about it. You have the first kid, neither of you know what you're doing. You're a brand new parent. Anybody
Yeah.
that tells you they know what they're doing on their first kid is lying.
Yeah.
Anybody that tells you they know what they're doing in the first marriage is lying. Nobody knows. And it's only through that experience that you know. But here's the kicker is you'll never know until you do it.
Dude. Yeah.
But you have to have things set in place. You have to talk about it. You have to have goals set in place. You have to have a healthy projection
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I mean, that in a lot of regards, that's what I work towards with my clients, because it's like
Mhm.
you in a way you have competing hemispheres of your brain. Like it's the strangest damn
Yeah.
thing. You got a
Yeah.
side that's like pictures and it's all about known experiences, and it is basically executive control. That's the right hemisphere of your brain. Left
Mhm.
side's like all words,
Yeah.
logic, but it can be overridden by the right side. And it's
Yeah.
you talk turning points in sobriety. There's the same concept. We call them bottoms, right? You hit
Mhm.
an emotional bottom.
Yeah.
If you capitalize on those experiences, that's when you can allow the right hemisphere to take executive control away from the left side. 'Cause the left side never had control. It was always the right side. You're just like, when you talk to somebody like, well, especially when they're afraid to get sober, they're
Yeah.
letting past experiences wrapped in words determine everything. Like, I don't
Uh-huh.
really have a problem. I don't really have a problem.
Yeah.
Well, you let them hit that bottom, and at that point, they become so uncomfortable that they can kind of rewrite what's been kind of set in stone at that time. But it's hard to navigate through that. And me as
Yeah.
a coach, like, it is intellectual robbery for me to tell someone what to do. Like, I mean, I give them guidance, but to
Yeah.
take that problem solving away from them, I don't know, it's interesting to navigate. Um, but that's the whole name of the game. Getting sober is overcoming your fear of change. Like that, if you
Yeah.
could do that, you're good. You're golden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see that in relationships for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, you have you have to embrace change.
Yeah.
Like that's the hardest thing for people to wrap their mind around is change is constantly happening.
Hmm.
As a person, you should be changing every single day. You should be evolving.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be staying stagnant.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
But everybody's like, "Oh, this isn't the person. This isn't the woman I married. This isn't who this isn't how she used to be." And no shit. Be
Yeah.
thankful for that. She's growing.
Yeah. We're supposed to be
Like,
dynamic.
yeah, stop with this bullshit of you want what you used to have.
Yeah.
No, that's ridiculous. That means you're not growing with her.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not taking the steps to grow.
Yeah.
And it's only through that growth that I mean, if you're not growing, how do they know how to support you? They don't. They are outgrowing you. And if you allow them to outgrow you, you don't grow with them. The failure of that relationship is on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is.
Totally.
You have to be willing to grow, and you have to be willing to see that growth, embrace that growth, and support that growth within yourself and within your partner. Because without that, everything's just going to be monotonous and boring.
Vanilla ice cream for dessert every single day,
Yeah,
forever.
melted.
Yeah. Melt. That's disgusting. Vanilla milk, sugary vanilla milk. No,
Mhm.
thank you. My kids would be into it. I'm not. I'm not a kid anymore. Um, no, I think there's so much to that because I I have troubles understanding personally the complacency. I uh I could say in my drinking, like when it got really bad, I might have appeared to be complacent, like from the outside, like it might have looked like that. Internally, that was not my experience, right?
Yeah.
So when people don't want to grow, I can't understand it. Like it's
Yeah.
hard. I'm like, what do you like warm melted vanilla ice cream like every day? Like
Yeah.
that's what you enjoy. Um, and if I were to hazard a guess, I don't think anybody does. We're just afraid to because growth and change are the same thing, right?
I think that's a nice way to put it. I think people in those situations are lazy.
You're like you're being too generous, Dylan.
Like, and
Yeah,
it really is.
yeah, I don't
It takes
disagree.
work. It honestly takes a lot of work to continue to grow.
Yeah, 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 for real. I mean,
But you're working towards an end goal, and I think people just stop at some point and think this is good enough. And you can't be that way.
yeah, yeah,
You can't be that way in your relationship, can't be that way in sobriety, you can't be that way in your own personal life.
yeah. I'm with you.
Good
I'm with
enough
you.
is never good enough.
Right.
Like, it's not.
Yeah,
You
no,
have to keep moving, you have to keep striving for something better.
I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yeah, I've actually that's been something I've had difficulty um dealing with coming back from a week off from the gym, like
Yeah.
forced week off and being sick for that week, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I am not as strong. Like I do know that. I just am not where I was. But I am having troubles navigating, okay, am I being complacent? Or did I really lose this much strength? Like, am I being lazy? Because like going to the gym's never, in my experience, shouldn't be comfortable or easy or
Yeah.
like, I mean, fun, sure,
Yeah.
but like a different kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I have to ask myself, like, am I being a whiny baby? Am I giving it my all right now, or am I still recovering?
Yeah.
And it's way hard for me to navigate that. Like, am I sick or am I being lazy? I don't know. But I mean, I think you're right. I mean, I'm a very silver linings person. I'm very optimistic. Everybody's, doing their best all the time in my world, right?
Yeah.
But I think you're probably right about a great portion of people. It's like we all know what to do. That sure
Mhm.
don't mean we're doing it.
No.
You know?
And I mean, that's why they hire a coach, which it becomes so frustrating. Like, I'm there to hold them accountable. I'm there to
Mhm.
give them the tools to keep moving forward. But the complacency in a coaching program, I don't understand that because you've been given everything.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a good solid program, you've been given all of the tools.
Yeah.
It's been thought about, it's been tested on many people before you. If you just put it to work, do the work, get out of your comfort zone and do it, you're going to see results and you're going to see them really quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Something
it,
about pearls before swine or something like that. Like,
it's just like it's the people that fight it. Like, oh, this isn't going to work. Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't try it. Just try it.
yeah. Well, in I mean, I have to have those coaching moments with people from time to time. I give them a task that they don't want to do. And you just got to go, is what you're doing working? Because
Mhm.
it's not. If it
Yeah.
was, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So like you should at least give yourself,
Yeah.
I'm not working, you're working with a couple. Like you need to give you and your significant other the benefit of the doubt of giving this a damn good college try.
Yeah.
Like do it. Uh, Worst
Like,
case scenario, you're still where you were when you started,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. And that's the crazy part, which is it's why my program's so effective is because once I can get somebody to start doing the things, it literally takes one person to change the relationship around,
Yeah.
the entire relationship, because you start working on your personal growth. You're not complacent anymore. You're not lazy anymore. You're putting in effort, consistent effort and support. And those things build and it shows the other person how invested you are in them, in the relationship, and they start to act in suit in a similar fashion.
Yeah, have to too.
Yeah.
I'm not getting left in the dust.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
mashing speeds with my partner. You
Yeah.
know, um, I, I I think that's how it was in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
You were not pursuing losers. I said what I
No.
said. Message is a message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not out there hunting. Like, well, I guess I'll go for like the not as a good person. Like that's not how we do it. That's called settling. Like it can happen, but generally you're pursuing a high quality partner, and they're pursuing growth, personal development. Like they
Yeah.
wouldn't have the traits you're after if they weren't growing and
No.
developing.
Yeah.
We just, as Ryan said so eloquently earlier, we get lazy
Yeah.
and we're not doing that growth thing. Um, I Can we fear of failure for real quick for just a
Yeah.
second?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I kind of see how it ties into fear of change
Yeah.
in my experience, right? Because there was a portion of my drinking that was fueled by a fear of failure. Like I had put so many plates in the air and I didn't have a good role model to like
Mhm.
look at. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
And my solution was to just get drunk and live in my fear. Like that's insane, right? But that was the thing. So instead of
Mhm.
allowing my brain to do its job, I was like, hey, I have this bottle that will solve the thing. That will do it. And it landed me exactly where I wanted to be, like failing, like unconsciously. That's what I was after. I didn't know it at the time. I mean, I got what I
Mhm.
wanted in the end, right? And I think that it applies to the situation, and I could see it in a lot of relationships I self sabotage along the way too,
Yeah.
in the exact same way. I was like, well, shit, I set this bar super high when I came into it, and I have to hold it up still. I have to keep showing up. This sucks. I'm out. Like I'm not doing that. Um,
Yeah. Like the fear of failure in relationships, it almost, if you're not careful, it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know this relationship's going to fail. I'm not good at all of these things we tell each ourselves, that negative self-talk we talked about so much.
Yeah.
I'm not good at relationships. I don't want to be hurt. Like you, once you start saying these things, you start acting them out subconsciously. You don't even know you're doing it, but you're self-sabotaging yourself in the relationship.
Yeah.
You People have to get out of that and start talking to themselves better, but knowing that the relationship's only going to fail if you allow it to fail.
Oh, like you're lazy. You don't show up. You don't do the work. Like
Yeah.
that. All that
Like
stuff.
like if you truly have a relationship that you're working on and working towards, the failure rate is going to be so low that it's not even something you need to worry about.
So what is that? I mean, when we're talking personal development, because that's what growth is, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
What does it look like? How do you deal with inequality at that point in a
Inequality
relationship?
and
Like,
personal growth.
yeah, how does that work? I
Dude, you have a
mean,
conversation.
damn
Like
you, and you're talking,
you literally have the conversation, and it's not the conversation saying, "Hey, you're not growing at the same speed I'm growing." It's the conversation
right?
like you're trying to support them. You're finding things that you can support them in. "Hey, what do you think about this?" Um our eating has gotten off track. How, that's a growth thing.
Yeah.
Personal growth thing. Our diet has gone to shit.
Hey, that's more like what I'd be saying at the table.
Like, what do we need to how can we fix this? What can we do? Hey, throughout the day, I do this with Melissa and she does it with me. We'll see awesome recipes that look good, send them to each other. Hey, it's a way to connect,
Yeah.
like cooking together, eating together, but you're also holding each other accountable to these goals that you've talked about, that you've supported each other in. So you're helping each other along in personal growth. Now, if you have somebody who's just like, I'm just, no, I want to be fat and lazy and it doesn't matter. And
Right.
you're sitting there like working your butt off. You want to look good. You want to feel good. You want to be healthy. You want to have a long relationship. You may need to think about getting another partner
Damn.
or having a serious sit down with them and be like, this isn't working for me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, um,
Like there's hard truths in a relationship. I can't sugarcoat it and say every single relationship is worth saving. That would be lying to people.
well, thank you for your honesty. So I should not buy, I mean, not I, but people should not buy your partner a treadmill and tell them to eat less cake. That's not a good approach.
No,
No, okay,
no,
fine.
no,
Fine. Don't ever take my advice, guys.
no.
Um,
I would not say that.
no. Well, I think, I mean, there's plenty of dudes out there that done that,
Yeah,
got their girlfriend who's not fitting in the bikini they want anymore, the bikini they want them to wear, and then gym membership, and like, here, figure it out, while they're kicking back, drinking a six pack, putting on a beer gut.
yeah,
Um,
no, no. You like you find mutual things that you can support each other in.
yeah, yeah.
Here's
I
the thing: in a relationship, health should be a priority because you want to show your partner that you want to live a long time.
that's honestly it. Like,
You want to be around for a long time into the future with them.
yeah, like why people are like, why do you go to the gym? Like, why do I go to the gym? I don't plan on being Mr. Olympia or some crap like that. I want to live as long as I can. And for like each hour you spend in the gym, you get like 3 hours tacked on. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's like the best ROI you're going to get on anything because,
Hmm.
like, I don't know, money's cool, but time's cooler. It's like
Yeah.
way cooler.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, that's, to me, that's what it's about. Do you mind if I spin it like
Yeah.
sober side? I
Yeah.
think because, like, I see this a lot, a lot, a lot. And I don't do the relationship stuff. That's your thing. Uh, but I always have people ask, like, well, my partner won't get sober, like, what do I do? And it's like, well, you get sober.
Yeah.
And then you decide at one point, are they going to match your energy?
Hmm.
Are they going to hold you back?
Yeah.
And when do you leave? Or what? Like,
Yeah.
how does that play out? But you are capable of staying sober even if your partner won't. Like, I
Yeah.
want to make that abundantly clear. Like, you are bullshitting yourself when you go, well, but my wife drinks. Like, you're right. She does. You're quitting. Like,
Yeah.
it would be in a perfect world, be sweet if they quit together, right? Or maybe like if she didn't really have a problem, she toned it back, or he, or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that's not always how it works, but you have to take care of you first because
Mhm.
no one else will, right? And it's just always a weird conversation for me to have because nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear from me where I go, yeah, dude, if that person, like, I was just recently talking to a person, like, this person had their spouse been getting like DUIs and wrecked cars and all this stuff. And it's like the guy's saying, well, my drinking's gotten worse since I've been with her. And it's like, well, don't do that. You're responsible for that, right? But
Yeah.
um, all I could think is like, man, cut her loose. Like, that's what I'm thinking. But my advice is like, hey, you need to just set that boundary. You set that boundary, and if it gets trampled, you need to pack your shit and go. Like, that's how you protect your energy, man. Like,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, you have to help yourself in that instance. And then after you figured it out, maybe you can help them.
totally, totally. If you can't
But
put your oxygen mask on first, though,
yeah, you're not doing anybody good by trying to fix them before you fix you.
no, and I see that. That's the weirdest thing that I see. They'll be like, well, I'm trying to get, my partner sober. And I'm like, that's not a thing you can do. Like, just throwing that out there. Not from experience. It's oddly specific examples I can give you at all. It's just not a thing. So yeah, it's nuts, man. It is just tough because you either have a relationship that's naturally has this inequality because one partner's drinking and the
Yeah.
other one's not.
Yeah.
That's super common. Like you'll see a partner that flat out quits for good because of the other person's drinking to like
Mhm.
try to get the person to quit, right?
Yeah.
Or you have they're enabling each other like crazy, and that's also hella dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean
I
it's
mean, those are the tough conversations those people are gonna have is especially in setting boundaries.
yeah, yeah. You have a hard conversation, or you have hard consequences later. Like
Yeah.
which one? Which one do
Yeah.
you want? Like,
Yeah.
I hate to all choose your hard meme, but like it really is. It is like that, you know, because it's
Yeah.
you're gonna pay the piper eventually, you know.
Yeah. At what point are you gonna stop allowing it to affect your life?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was. It's hard, you know, because I mean, dude, I put my wife through some shit. Like, I was not a model husband. I mean, we wouldn't have been in the predicament we were in if I was. But some of the stories I hear from, because I have spouses, a lot of spouses that reach out to me, you know, like, what
Uh-huh.
do I do? And it's like, holy shit. Like, how are you still doing this with
Yeah.
this person after the story you shared? And I take everyone's story as the truth. I have to. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have counter evidence. So if someone says this is what happened, that's what happened. And you're just like, wow. Um, I don't know if you're strong or like foolish, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough thing, man.
It
Uh,
it really is. I mean, they have to see the benefit in quitting drinking, and you kinda have I would say those people who the first one to get sober has to be kind of the beacon
yeah,
of
lighthouse.
the lighthouse of what's going on and show them what a good life actually looks like. Like, show them by example, "This is why I did it, check it out. My finances are better, my health is better, my career is better.
Yeah.
Um, all of these things are improving in my life. Check it out. If you did the same thing, look how well off we could actually be.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could
Pro
be actually crushing life together as a team if we both quit."
like the thing you signed up for that you
Yeah,
probably signed up for when you first got together. The
yeah,
thing you signed up for. Yeah. Pro tip: you can afford all the vacations you can't afford if you get sober. It is literally that easy.
yeah,
That's all it takes.
uh-huh.
The Yeah, not bullshitting you folks. That's you heard it from me. So it's like you do. Um, I think I don't know, man. I mean, it. So do you think some of the inequality comes out of stagnation?
It on one part, the inequality comes in stagnation on one
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 person.
person starts to stagnate, they become complacent while the other one continues to grow.
Yeah.
Or, right, you're both stagnant. One person starts to get into personal development, get into health, get into their career, and they start taking off. The other person just stays there. They don't try to do anything to better themselves, to better the relationship, to better their career, to do anything like that. So, yeah, I mean, stagnant routines are the death of relationships. I mean, that just becomes kind of the beginning of the end.
So what does that look like?
So, what is a stagnant routine?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the same thing you see all over. You come home, open a beer,
Okay.
start your video game up, ignore the wife, and that becomes your nightly routine.
Yeah.
Or, um, I mean, you go out to the garage, or you go do something else, or you work, come home, eat dinner, go sit on your chair and do nothing. There's never any growth.
I got bit by a mosquito. I'm sorry.
Right in the pit.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like right in my
so it's
back.
yeah, it's just it's
I
think about the mundane relationship.
yeah, I lived it once.
Yeah, that's stagnation.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Um,
Like, and I mean, think about how much it would change. I just did a video on it today. Think how much it would change if you just took 10 to 15 minutes each day to connect with your wife, to go out of your way to do something for her, to do something around the house. Every one of us has the same exact 24 hours in the day. And these people get pissed when I'm like, "What are you doing with your time?" "Oh, I don't have time to do that." You're a liar. You
yeah,
do have time.
yeah,
If I can cram in everything I do within a day, still prioritize my relationship, still make sure I'm growing, doing all these things, and other people can, you're not that busy. You don't work 20-hour days and only get 4 hours of sleep. You're working an 8-hour job typically, maybe 10. That still leaves 14 hours.
yeah.
Like, it gets to the point where, like, don't give me that shit. Just
Be better.
be better. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to your wife. This is insane.
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to the fear of change. Like, here we go for full circle. You know, it's like I don't. We all know that deep down. We just
Yeah.
don't. I agree. By the way, sir, I agree. We all know. We all do. We know better. It's like I always have enough time to get all the things done in the day.
Mhm.
Like I used to say, like, oh, you know, God gave me a 25-hour workday, but only 24 hours to do it. And it's like bullshit. Like I
Yeah.
had that extra hour. I just had to find it, you
Yeah.
know, or rather prioritize my
Yeah.
time and my relationships like you're talking. And you can juggle the plates. Like
Yeah.
you just at some point have to accept that, like, man, this hurts me to say, but Ryan and I aren't special. Like, we're we are two guys, you know, like we've done cool stuff, I guess, but we're not like there's nothing in here that's magic
No.
compared to you. So you can do the same things that we do. It's doable. You just have to do it. Like we're not reinventing the wheel here, folks. Like
Yeah.
that's I mean, I guess yeah, we sort of are, but we're not. Still the same wheel that you could use too,
Yeah.
you know. Um, it's just tough.
Yeah,
This is a tough thing for you.
it's literally just prioritizing it. Just today, and it made my whole day. Melissa got off early, took her daughter to school to do the orientation stuff, and then she just stopped by the office and hung out for an hour.
Mhm.
Like, you can find the time. She could have gone home, done stuff around the house, gone and done anything else. She took that little bit of time to come over to to come over to the office and hang out and talk.
Yeah.
Like, and that was a whole hour out of the day.
Did you get all your stuff done today?
Um,
Just giving you crap, dude.
no, I did not.
Well, there's that hour, man.
I have 2 manuscripts to look over, and yeah, that's not it. And yes, Francis, that is what you were seeing,
You
big
were
guy.
so grounded.
Grounded.
No, I think that was like a really hard lesson I learned in the last week. And it's like, I mean, when I say I can't speak for Ryan. I am like, I'm a human, man. I'm not perfect. I have plans, and sometimes they fall through.
Mhm.
I am a personal development and sobriety coach. I'm not a become a perfect apex human being coach because I'm not a perfect apex human being human, right?
Yeah,
Like it's not
yeah,
a thing. So when I'm out for a week because the kids are sick, I'm sick, all this stuff, I can just see where I'm leaking time. Unfortunately, like
yeah,
I go like I'm like, man, I have no excuses from this point forward. Like I can see each day in my work day where I'm doing this instead of that, or this
Yeah.
instead of that, or this instead of that. And I have to become very, I have to look in the mirror and I have to be honest with myself and go, okay, you don't have any excuses, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's it. I
Yeah.
have plenty of excuses, right? I don't have any
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
I can give you a fistful of excuses, right? But it was weird that not being at work forced me to see, not, I don't want to say how little work I was doing, because I do a lot of work, but how inefficient I'm being in the way that I'm doing the work, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was just no thanks.
Yeah. It's dude, being a coach is a crazy thing. People, they don't see what goes on behind the scenes. They
Yeah,
see they see a little bit of work. They're like, "Oh, you're not doing anything all day. You don't have anything going on." And it is like it's 90% behind the scenes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I spent half my afternoon today doing? Furthering my doing continuing education work for some more certs. Like I don't know, to better serve you. You know, like no, yeah, you see that the 2 hours that I have with you a week, right? That's what
Yeah.
they see, and it's like, no, dude, like I'm not sitting around playing. My wife for a while, she was like, I don't know what she thought I was doing with my time. To be completely honest with you, I don't know what she thought, but I don't think I don't think she thought I was really working.
Yeah.
But then she had maternity leave when our youngest was born,
Uh-huh.
and she saw like what was going down, and she was just like, "How do you do that? Like, how do you hold all this stuff together?" I'm like, I don't know. I just show up,
It just
just
happens.
put my head down and do the thing, you know. Yeah, it's a lot of work. I think you don't get to be stagnant anymore for the most
No,
part.
and, the biggest part is that embracing change continuously,
Yeah, dude.
embracing the change and kinda sucking it up. I hate to put it that way, but it's like, I have to do this for growth,
Yeah,
either personal growth, relationship growth, or business growth.
yeah,
But to me, there's 3 things in my life that always have to be growing: my business, me as a person, and my relationship.
yeah. If for the record, folks, this isn't actually about coaching. This is about your
Life.
life. Take
Yeah.
all of this that we're talking about and apply it to your own personal experience, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it does, if you don't like, you don't have to own a business to be getting better at business.
No.
Like when we say business, you just transfer that to your job. Like, how are
Yeah.
you working on getting a promotion, a raise? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? And for the record, people don't like this in this strange work-life balance age, but some of that is going to be done on your own time. I
Yeah.
promise you. Like if you really want to go someplace in your company, you're going to spend a little bit of time probably watching a YouTube video about something you don't care that much about so that you get better at it, so that you get the favor of your boss. Like
Yeah.
that's the name of the game. I'm sorry. Like
100%.
that's why people are passing you. You
Yeah.
know? Like I don't, I mean, I'm not huge on hustle culture. Like I think you need to chill some. Like I'm not this like work 20 hours, sleep 4 thing, because you will get burnt out. But you got to hustle a little, at least 1% more than the guy next to you all the time. Like
Yeah.
that's all, and that's all it takes. It's just this very slight edge in comparison, and you would be shocked what it does to your life in a year. You know, just show up for 1 more minute every day than everybody else, and
Life is cruel and life is a competition, whether people want to see it that way or not.
yeah,
And if you're not competing, you're falling behind.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's just that's kind of the bottom line.
You're just hot take guy tonight.
Just hot
You
taking it.
know, you're like, called me lazy earlier, you know, and then now
Hey, I do what I can.
tell me I have to compete all the time.
Hey, I asked everybody to start leaving some comments what they wanted to talk about. Nobody obliged,
This is
so
what you get.
this is what you get, the hot takes.
No, and I don't disagree, man. I see that's one of the best things that my parents did for me, other than they did not give me the right mindset and it's this, I'm not blaming my parents, just so we're all clear here. They didn't have the tools to gift me the right mindset, or they would have. My parents
Yeah.
did everything. I think everyone's parents, for the most part, do everything they can to give you all the tools that they have at their disposal
Yeah.
to push you forward. If they don't have
Yeah.
the tools, that sucks,
Yeah.
like genetic lottery. It's a bummer sometimes, right? But
Mhm.
like they gave me the competitive mentality necessary to try to outpace everybody else.
Yeah.
They did not give me the mindset that allowed me to fail along the way.
Yeah.
I was gifted the mindset like perfect or don't, like black and white. Just if you can't do this better than the guy next to you, don't even try it, because you don't want someone to see you not do it perfect, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just something I picked up later. I told you that book Mindset, how it took me forever to read it. That's why it
Yeah.
took me forever to read it. I was like, this is my childhood. It makes me so mad as I'm reading it, right? But that you have to be competitive if you want to go anywhere,
Yeah.
except to honestly, it's a race to the bottom, folks. Like, I don't know, it's not the middle. Like, you're
No.
not, if you settle, you're not settling somewhere in the middle. Sediment settles to the bottom of the
Yeah.
pool, guys. Like,
Yeah.
that's honestly, yeah. Like,
That's a perfect analogy. That good enough thing we talked about. It's not good enough because you are on the fast track to the bottom when you start getting in that mindset.
totally, totally. Like you have to compete to stay in the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Like you go watch a marathon, man. Like the people in the middle are not just jogging slow. Like they're still booking it,
Yeah.
and the good enoughs are the people that are at the back,
Yeah.
and that's, I
Yeah.
guess if it's good enough for them, sure, but that's not the way I want to spend 26.2 miles at the back of the herd, dude. Not my
Oh
thing.
no. No.
No, dude.
Dude, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, it's tough. I
I
mean,
just
it
yeah.
is. It's also tough. I think we live in a time where like your just what we're talking about in a way is almost blasphemy. Like, how dare you suggest that life is struggle? It's going to suck sometimes, and you have to just show up and do it.
You do.
Like
You do. But
it,
if you have the tools, it's so much easier
yeah,
to compete at that higher level.
yeah, yeah,
But you make life a level playing ground when you have those tools in place. You make your relationship so much better, manageable, easier to navigate when you have those tools in place. When you're constantly bringing the best version of yourself to the relationship every day, things become a lot easier. And not because you did anything novel, you
right,
just took care of yourself and you were good in the relationship instead of being stagnant and being shitty in the relationship.
totally. Well, and I think I love what you said. You were talking about how things get easier by them being hard. Like
Yeah.
it is the weirdest damn thing. But in my drinking felt easy, but it wasn't. Once I got sober, I was like, which was hard. Okay. Like, it was hard. Then it got easy. I was like,
Mhm.
holy shit, man. I've been playing on hard mode, like extreme hard mode for 2 decades, and I didn't even know it. Like, and I part of the thing was I was surrounded by people who were playing on the same difficulty. So
Yeah.
I don't notice it.
Mhm.
Then I get sober and I'm like, holy shit, all of this is so much easier to do now. Not
Yeah.
at first, not at first, right? But like today, emotions are pretty manageable, especially in comparison
Yeah.
to what it used to be like, right? Um, that's not the easy road will pay hard dividends
Yeah.
in the end. Like you're gonna work hard for just being alive, surviving in the end.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I imagine relationships are kind of the same way. Like you're talking, all you're making is a 10 to 15-minute investment of concentrated time on your partner each day. It's not a
Yeah.
big ask.
No.
Not a big ask. But
And that's
that's
the
the
bare minimum.
yeah, 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 yeah. Um, bare minimum for growth. That's not the bare minimum. There's a bare minimum below that. That's why
Oh,
you
yeah.
have clients.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there is a below that. There's a
Yeah.
bar below that. Um, but I mean, it really is like take the same principle that we're talking with give that focus to your partner. Also give that to yourself. 10 to 15 minutes with a book
Yeah.
furthering like I'm not dissing fiction, but like some nonfiction, make your life better book. Because like
Yeah.
I know fiction can do that. I'm not saying like there's not lessons to be learned in fiction, okay? But I'm saying get a damn personal development book, not like self help woo woo book, but like legit hard brass tacks, like 7 Habits of Highly Successful People type stuff. You know those kinds of books. 15 minutes a day, you'll finish the book, you'll change your life forever, right? Um, that's slight edge, man.
That's why that program 75 Hard was so successful in what it did for people.
Yeah, yeah,
It wasn't because they were looking better. It wasn't for any of those reasons. They were reading 10 pages out of a book each day. They
hmm
were finishing a book or 2 by the time they were done.
yeah, yeah,
They were
yeah,
eating healthier. They were sticking to a diet. They were tracking their progress. They were working out twice a day. They were holding themselves extremely accountable to to personal development. That's all
yeah,
that was. It's a
yeah.
program of accountability and growth.
Discipline, man. I mean,
Yeah.
motivation gets you moving when the race starts, but discipline is what carries you across the finish
Yeah.
line. Like that's just the reality.
Mhm.
Um, I I I hired a coach to for nutrition because I didn't know what the hell to do. Like
Yeah.
I like there's so much information. I want somebody that does it to tell me what to do, right?
Yeah.
Um, but the discipline it takes to like not eat stuff or to eat certain things, like it is like I mean, and I come from a background in wrestling and
Mhm.
mixed martial arts. Like I cut 20 pounds to fight somebody at a lower weight bracket, right? But I still was having my snack cakes here and there. And I haven't done that this whole time, this go around, because I'm paying
Yeah.
for it, dude. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
not like trying to wipe my ass with my money, like that's
Yeah.
crazy. But
Yeah.
as I'm going through this, I'm just like, it's such a, it's so counter to everything I've ever been taught about eating. And
Yeah.
like, I had like a cheat. I don't get like cheat days. I get like a meal, like it's a meal where you get more calories than normal.
Yeah.
Dude, this banana bread I had on Sunday was the best banana bread I've ever had. It's the exact same recipe. I made it. I've made it all the time. I've eaten it all the
Yeah.
time. But I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, just. But discipline, like folks,
It's
that's the thing. It's
yeah.
the the juice is worth the squeeze. I promise you. It's just not low hanging fruit. Damn it! Like, sorry, you have to climb the
No.
tree a little bit.
You gotta
Uh,
climb the tree a bunch.
yeah, yeah. I think also maybe don't jump right into 75 hard, guys. If you're
Well, they have
if
75 soft, they have 75 medium, they have 75 hard.
totally,
They have all
totally.
time. I like the 80-20 rule. When you're doing something like that, like a diet,
Yeah,
start out 80% in,
yeah,
knowing that if you can do the 80%, you're still going to see the results, but get in the habit of doing it at 80% before you go 100% or you're going to burn yourself out.
I have clients that are like they're like, I'm gonna quit drinking, I'm gonna quit smoking, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing this. And I'm like, no, the fuck you're not, dude. Like you were gonna start with quitting drinking. You do that for a little while, sure, you can start tacking things on. Like exercise is the thing I want you to incorporate immediately, but
Yeah.
don't go trying to break some records immediately. Don't like try to like I think like unfortunately the Western mentality, Western culture mentality is to min max everything
Yeah.
like all the time. And like, sure, once you've figured out how to overcome ego fatigue by discipline and building habits, like when I'm I'm now at a point where I was hating on Ryan for getting up at 4. I get up at 4 now. It's not a big deal. But I had to do it for a while. Be like, okay, it's cool. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for Melissa.
I
Like
wouldn't have done it if it wasn't
she's
for
got
you.
she's got some dedication. That one, it's amazing. But and then the relationship side, like we turned that into a positive where it's our time in the morning,
Yeah.
our time to connect. No matter how busy our days have been, we'll always have that hour workout plus the hour coffee we have afterwards. We always have a time to connect.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love that for you guys.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's anybody out there who says they don't have time, start waking your ass up at 4 in the morning with your wife. Go work out, then have coffee afterwards. It's awesome.
Yeah. And then you come hang out with your buddy Ryan and you don't go to sleep till 10 or
Yeah,
11 probably, and then get up at 4 anyways.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I think you're gonna burn the candle at some end,
yeah,
period. So you just decide, and it's whatever works best for you in your relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, what works best for you? Like just what
yeah,
works best for you.
yeah,
Like, are you better off staying up a little later to accomplish the things, the personal things, or are you better off getting up in the morning to do those things?
yeah,
Because like all of us have a window from like 8 a.m. ish, 7 ish, maybe, depending on whenever you work. But
yeah,
there's a slot of your day that you don't own. Like I have my own business. I still don't own it. Like I don't. Like my clients do. I work for them, folks. Like that's the reality. Like, so I had to pick. Like, do I do it early in the morning? Do I stay up late? Like early in the morning with kids and all that stuff makes more sense for me. So that's what I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, here. Speaking of getting up early in the morning,
You
it
gotta,
is
you gotta. It's the top of the hour. You got to get out of here, man.
fine. Just kick me out, dude. It's part of my show, dude. I leave when I want.
All right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really do. I'm gonna get out of here. I did, by the way, I did get one of the podcasts edited today. So
Nice.
I'm thinking by the end of the week, I'll be caught up from losing last week and we'll be back. You guys will be able to listen to the show in streaming form. So there you go,
Oh
guys.
yeah.
Um, we got a doubleheader this week, right?
Yep. 2 on Friday. One at 3 p.m. Central. One at 9 p.m. Central.
That's right. And then it's your weekend, or is it my? It's your weekend, not
It's
weekend. It's your Friday. Sorry, not
my
weekend.
Friday. We are talking about understanding needs and desires. I believe
Yeah, you nailed it.
Friday.
And
Friday afternoon.
and then we'll see you again on Friday night.
Yep.
Until then, guys.
Thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Jen, Doug, Francis, Fiery 154.
Fiery, I don't know. She's in the Discord. I don't know her name though. I apologize.
Fiery 154 it is.
I feel bad because she may have said it at some point, but there's like 200 people in there and I can't keep track of them all. Sorry. So
All right. Thanks, everybody. We will see you on Friday.
later.